Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day. So today's video is going to be my latest pregnancy update. I am 23 weeks. I'll actually be 24 weeks by the time you guys are seeing this. So I'm gonna title this a 24-week pregnancy update. But yeah, it's crazy. I am like full force in the second trimester, headed towards the third. It was 18 weeks for the last update I did for you guys. So I've had some development since then, although honestly, like nothing major has happened, but still I'm excited to sit down and talk with you guys today. And if you didn't see my last pregnancy update video, or maybe you're new to my channel, then I will put that one up here so that you can check that out as well. So as you guys know, I keep track every single week of like any developments or updates or anything with how I'm feeling in my phone. That way I can report back to you guys. This kind of stage from 18 weeks to 24 has been really fun because I feel him so much now. I actually started feeling this baby move around 16 weeks, which was a little sooner than with my first pregnancy. But at 18 weeks was when I noticed that he was kicking and he was active and he was moving every single day. Like that was the point at 18 weeks where I started to feel him kick consistently and I started to feel him every single day. Now being at 24 weeks, I feel him moving all the time. Like, it's interesting, he moves a little bit differently than my first baby. When I was pregnant with Christian, Christian's like very active and he was always moving and like always very kind of like aggressively moving, as he is now out of the womb. But this baby like just kind of kicks when he needs more room or kicks a little bit to say hello. I kind of feel him like doing somersaults a little bit, but it's nothing wild. Like so far this baby has actually felt much more mellow in the womb than Christian has. Granted, I know I still have like almost half of the way to go, but that's been kind of interesting. So 18 weeks was when I started noticing that he was kicking every single day. I also noticed at 18 weeks, this is like kind of weird. Let me know when you're pregnant if you dealt with this, but I noticed that my nails were getting like very brittle and just like not strong at all. And I've been on prenatals for like, I don't know, 2 years now, ever since I got pregnant with Christian, and then I was breastfeeding, so I consistently took prenatals. And then for some reason, like the first half of this pregnancy, I felt like just sucked my hair and my nails dry for any kind of health they had. So that's when I talked in my one like chatty catch-up vlog, I talked about how I broke a nail like so far down, and I was noticing that was happening all the time. If I just like lightly hit my nail, if I lightly tapped it, it would just completely break off. And it was weird. It was only for a few weeks there, and then I started taking biotin and started taking some more extra vitamins in addition to my prenatals, and ever since then my nails have been growing stronger. My hair has gotten really long. I mean, this may not, I actually just got it trimmed yesterday, so this may not look super long to you, but it has gotten much longer compared to how it was before. So now I'm not as concerned about it, but I wrote it down as something I was noticing at the time because it honestly was driving me insane. And I don't remember that from my first pregnancy. My first pregnancy, I felt like my nails and my hair were so strong and like luscious the whole time. And this time, I feel like they were depleted the first half. So let me know if you experienced the same thing because I'm just curious. Also around that time we settled on a name. So we do have a name for baby boy number 2, although we will not be sharing it until he's here, but it is like the cutest thing and I'm so excited for you guys to hear about it. It's so funny because we put out that video about reacting to your baby name suggestions, your guys' suggestions. And after that video, so many people were like, oh, I think you're naming your baby what I named my baby because you didn't say it, and I have a feeling you're naming it what I named my baby. And it's just so funny because I heard that from so many people, and I remember feeling that way with Christian too. It's like when you have a name picked out, you are hyper aware of anybody, like of any signs of it being anywhere else, just because it's so on your brain. So it's just funny. Like I remember watching YouTubers when I was pregnant the first time around, and when they didn't announce their name, I was convinced they were using the name Christian, and not a single one of them has. So it will be interesting to see once we do announce his name, how many of you guys like guessed it, or how many of you already have one of that name as well. Although I do think it's pretty unique. So I will be coming out with a baby names we love but won't be using video. I'm planning that for the new year, so that will be one of my first videos in January after the holidays too. 18 to 20 weeks is when I started to feel really uncomfortable sleeping. So as you can tell, I have a huge body pillow behind me. I got a body pillow my first pregnancy at 18 weeks, and this time around, for whatever reason, I really wanted to push it. I think because by the time I was like 35, 34 weeks, by the time you're like late in your third trimester, your body pillow is squished when you start using it fairly early. Like I felt like by the time I was towards the end of pregnancy my first time around, I had no padding left in this. So I wanted to wait as long as I could. That pillow we ended up getting rid of just for different reasons, but I wanted to wait longer to get a body pillow this time around, so I pushed it to 20 weeks, and by 20 weeks I was like dying. I'm bigger this time, my belly's bigger, like I just feel like things are progressing faster, and so I really needed one, and by the time I hit 20 weeks, I was like, okay, I need a body pillow, and I picked this one up. This is the exact same one I had my first pregnancy. I'll link it down below for you guys. It's awesome. It's one of those U ones, and it's super plush and super comfortable and supportive. But yeah, around 20 weeks I added in the body pillow, and I can sleep so much better now with it. And once I got it, I was like, Olivia, why did you hold out? Like that really wasn't necessary. As soon as you start to feel like you need extra support when you're sleeping, just get a body pillow. They are a must. Along those lines, I'll also be doing a pregnancy essentials video. I realized I didn't do one my first time around, which seems so strange now. So I will definitely be doing a pregnancy essentials video. That one I also probably will do in the new year, just because I want to get together some of my favorite items and I want to be a little further along so I can remember what the end of pregnancy is like. But within the first few weeks of the new year, I will have one of those out for you guys too. So at 20 weeks, we have my 20-week anatomy scan, and all went well. We got another ultrasound done, and the baby looks super healthy. They said there were no flags. Like they said there was nothing looked irregular. And so I was really relieved, because when you go into those, it feels like such a big deal. And even if your pregnancy has been super smooth and, you know, clear for the most part, it still is really nerve-wracking to go into a big appointment like that. And so I was really relieved that everything looked good, and he was like kind of his chill little self that he's been throughout all of our ultrasounds. Like he has this pretty cooperative, mellow personality so far, like knock on wood, but he's been much more cooperative during his ultrasounds than his older brother was. So yeah, that was really fun and very relieving just to see that all was well and all was healthy. They also checked my placenta at that appointment, and I am so happy to say I have no signs of placenta previa this time around. My placenta was like exactly where it needed to be. If you missed my last update or are new, last time I was pregnant, I had like a mild version of placenta previa, so they were monitoring it and watching it from 20 to 28 weeks, and I was on restricted activity, and luckily my placenta ended up moving as it should have, but initially it was not in the right spot. This time around, it's like where it needs to be right now, so I'm not on restricted activity, so I can still like work out and do whatever I want, which is really relieving, just to have this like midpoint of my pregnancy and not be like restricted and not feel like I can't do certain things, especially with a toddler. Like it's just really relieving. Obviously I'm not going out there like shoveling or moving boulders around, but just to be able to like pick up my son and not have to worry about it, it feels really good. They also confirmed the gender in that appointment, although we already had the blood test done too, but still it was, you know, helpful to have it confirmed and see it with our eyes as well. At 21 weeks, I noticed my first varicose vein pop up. It's weird, it's actually on, I don't know if you guys, I should not try and show it to you because I will end up flashing the camera, but it's actually on the back of my knee, so like this inside part. I just put self-tan around this morning, so my tan's looking a little crazy, but it's like right under here. And I never have had varicose veins before. It's not bad, and it definitely, like, when you mess with it, it gets worse. I haven't done a ton of research for them, but it sounds like they're pretty standard with pregnancy, and I'm anticipating it will just go away once I'm no longer pregnant. If not, it's not the end of the world. It's not super noticeable and it doesn't bother me, but I figured I'd mention it because it is a symptom of pregnancy that I did not have the first time around, so I was a little surprised to see one pop up this time. Yeah, I'll be pointing it out to my doctor at my next appointment. We go back once I'm back from Texas, so it's actually my 24-week appointment, but when you're seeing this, I'll be like just at 24 weeks, and then my appointment will be a couple days later. So at this point that I'm filming, I haven't gone to the doctors for my 24-week appointment yet, but it's coming up very soon, and so I'll just mention it to him then, but I'm not too worried about it. After that, like, my symptoms and everything have been pretty chill. I know I mentioned it last time and I'll say it again. I don't want it to sound the wrong way, but I do have pretty smooth pregnancies. I do. It's been a blessing and it's been pretty good so far. The first trimester was rough this time around, but the second trimester has been good. The worst part of it honestly has just been this like cold and flu season, which I talked about in my vlog as well, but just like you probably can hear that I sound a little congested right now. I feel like I'm always congested. I always have people commenting on how I sound sick and congested. And part of that's pregnancy congestion, and part of that is just that like it's cold and flu season, and because I'm pregnant, I haven't been able to take as much as like I maybe normally would, or as much as other people would when they're sick. So that's honestly been the hardest part of this second trimester for me, is just like balancing having insane colds with being pregnant. But I am so happy to say that I'm on the mend. I'm starting to feel better. Like, I know I probably still sound super stuffy. That's likely going to stay because I am pregnant and I'm only getting bigger. So I'm not anticipating the congestion to go away anytime soon, but the pressure in my head is gone. Like, I'm still super, I don't know, like, I still have a lot of stuff going on in here, if you know what I'm saying, but for the most part, I'm feeling better. And so I hope that, you know, come the new year, I hope all of us can just kind of like feel a little bit better cold and flu wise. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention was that at 23 weeks, we went and got a 4D ultrasound done, which was so much fun. I actually vlogged the whole thing and I talked more about the place we went to. So I'll put that video up here if you haven't seen it. It was my most recent video, but that was really cool. I have the pictures here. We got so many cute pictures, but this is one of them. This is my favorite one because you can just see his face so well there. And at 23 weeks, they still have so much development to go. Like, actually the best time for a 4D ultrasound, they told me, was between 28 and 32 weeks. So I know that next time we go, we'll be able to see so much more too, but it was just cool getting to see like his little face and getting to see him move. And we were trying, at first he had his arms like up and we were trying to get him to move it, so we were like pressing on my belly and then we'd see him move his arm down, and it's just crazy. It's like, oh, there's an actual little human in there. So that was really fun. Oh, here's another one that's super cute. So there he is. And then we're gonna go back around 28 or 30 weeks to the same place, so I'll have more pictures for you guys after that as well. But I'm done with ultrasounds at my doctor's office now. They told me that like past 20 weeks, if everything looks good, if you're not high risk, if everything like looks clear, they don't do them just because there's not really a reason to, at least at my doctor's office. So I'm done with ultrasounds there, so it's kind of fun to have like a place to go to and still get to see him a little bit. We're not doing them like crazy, but to have a couple extras, I think, you know, feels good. Oh, I haven't showed you my bump. So I'll show you my bump. I'm gonna move and shift a little bit because I'm on my bed and I can't really stand right now, but I'll insert a clip here so you can see what my bump currently looks like. Okay, this lighting is pretty horrible, but at least it gives you an idea of what my bump size looks like. So there is 20, like I said, I'm 23 weeks when I'm filming this, so this is 23 weeks, although I doubt it will change a whole lot over the next few days. But that's my size right now. So far, I've gained 10 pounds. My first pregnancy, I gained 15 pounds at this point, so Christian is keeping me in shape, even though I'm not really working out as much as I'd like, but I've gained 10 pounds so far. And yeah, it's like nice and actual round baby bump. I will do another one of these in another few weeks and check in with you guys maybe after the next ultrasound, since maybe we'll have some better pictures by then. But if you have any questions or any updates I didn't give that you're curious about, leave them in the comments down below and I will respond, and I will also answer anything in the next video too. I hope you guys enjoyed this pregnancy update video. I'm super excited because tomorrow I'm starting my 12 Days of Livemas series, so a video every single day for 12 days leading up to Christmas, so keep an eye out for those headed your way. And yeah, so many exciting things coming over the next few weeks. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.